Okay, I'm back, and you can see I've painted some leaves, and it's just shades of green. Okay, we have the leaves up here are of the trumpet vine, and these are of the passion flower. So, and what I've done is I laid down that green like I showed you. Then I went back with some, see, I just mixed green and brown together, and it makes it darker. And by painting sections and leaving sections, when you back up and look at it, it kind of gives it a more three-dimensional look. And the other thing you can do is if you have dark leaves, like I have down towards the bottom of this painting, you can add highlights. So you take this little round brush, and I'm going to take some yellow, maybe a little white even. And now it's like, okay, so this one here, maybe they're going to put a highlight like right here, the edge of the leaf, okay? And then maybe right here, there's an edge of a leaf. Oh, and then, okay, down here, let's see, there's an edge of a leaf. The light, you got to think about where the light's coming from and where it's hitting in your painting and what areas would be illuminated or lighter or whatever. So you just have to kind of think about that when you're doing this. So maybe right here. Another thing it's going to do is it's going to draw more attention to wherever you put it. So if you don't want attention in these areas, don't put it. If you do, then, you know, it's going to kind of give you a little edge, like right there. So then when you back up and look at it, and I recommend you back up from your paintings. Don't get up in here like I'm going to look at every little piece of it. No. You're going to sit there and paint and then step away and look at it and go, I like that. Or, yeah, I don't like that. Or what can I do to make that look better? Well, a lot of times it's just the colors. It's just changing it up. Like, okay, maybe right here we're going to put, what is she doing? Oh my God. So say I'm going to add some highlight in here. And a little highlight here, and a little there. Then when you back up, oh, what? Oh, okay, so some light is hitting it. Maybe you want to throw a little more on here. And that's what's nice about acrylic is, you know, you can do this and then go back later. And remember, this is a fast painting. Don't get caught up in this leafy background because you're going to be painting over a lot of it. So, you know, don't worry too much. And you can always go back later and add more highlights. Like say, oh, you know what? I want a big highlight right here. So I added a little white with yellow in there, and I'm going to barely touch it. See? Then when you back up, it's like, oh yeah, that's where the light's hitting it. And it's like you have to kind of just experiment with this stuff until you get something that looks right. Because sometimes you do it and you're just like, you know, what can I do to make that look better? And a lot of times it's contrast. And contrast is a good thing. So I have enough on here, and I have purposely, I wanted to tell you that I've purposely left some areas, if I can get my palette now, without knocking paint all over the floor. Now, so I've purposely left some areas up here. There's going to be these trumpet flowers. If you look at my drawing, see? So I have, these are like the little stems, and then the flowers are going to come out from here. And then over here, there's going to be a butterfly in this area right here. So I don't need a lot of big chunky pieces of paint because, you know, the paint can only cover so much. So there's areas where I'm not going to have, if you look at the drawing, I'm going to have butterflies, and I'm going to have flowers, and I'm going to have probably a hummingbird up here, and most likely a hummingbird somewhere in here. It's just, so you got to balance it out because you don't want everything in the middle. You don't want everything on one side. You want your eye to kind of move around, and you can do that with these vines. So once you get this stuff done and you get stuff on here, and it's like, say you have it lopsided, like, oh, there's not enough here and there's too much here, it's super easy just to go back and add some more of these little squiggly doos. And when you do them, you're going to use a little liner brush. Like, these are the ones like I use in my class. Here, I'll hold it so you can see it. It's really beat. It's been well used, but it holds up. I'm telling you, I'm impressed with this brush. It's a little liner. Let me see. Size 1 liner brush. And the liner brushes work really well for doing the squiggles and the little fine leaves. So I like to use the flat brush for the background, the big huge one, the Bob, well, I can't say Bob Ross. Anyway, the big flat brush. And then I go in and I use other, then I start with this, and I'm using a round brush. And then sometimes I'll use flat brushes. This one, because they're leaves, I'm using the round brush a lot, because then you can get the nice edges of the leaves without having to work too hard. So it's ready to go. It's going to sit a sec, and the next thing I'm going to do are the flowers.